All right.
Welcome, welcome.
Reason you should have your microphone if you want it.
This is
Hello. Welcome.
Promptcraft Live, and I would like to welcome everyone to Promptcraft Live. It is January 8, 2026. It is a suspiciously warm, overcast day here in Central Texas. As you can see on your screen, we are, well, if I've done it right, you should be seeing a PowerPoint slide, which looks suspiciously boring to go with the uh, suspiciously warm day. But it's because I'm so excited by this stupid new paper, this paper about guided path sampling, because it's such an obvious solution to problems that we see in Midjourney every day. Maybe Midjourney is already utilizing this. Just for an orientation, for those of you who are new to Promptcraft Live is our advanced users group at Midjourney. So we, so if you do have questions about Midjourney itself, like how do I use Midjourney to do this? How do I make Midjourney do that? This is a good place to ask those questions, but you'll have to forgive us while we geek out about some more advanced topics in AI, generative diffusion, and so on. So what I suggest is no matter where you are, whether you're watching this as a recording or you are watching on Facebook or YouTube or wherever you are, you can leave a comment and someone will swing by and help you with that question. If you're here in Discord, you can post your questions or ask for your microphone here in the chat. Now, go ahead and get those questions asked, because while you're articulating your question, I am going to talk about this new paper that has me so excited about guided path sampling. And steering diffusion models back on track, meaning how can we improve coherence? So as the more advanced users know, coherence is the term for does the thing look like it's supposed to? So a coherent hand has 5 fingers, not 6 or 3. A coherent face has, its eyes and nose and mouth in the correct proportions and so on. It also means that if we're creating brand new things like a hybrid puppy macaw or a centaur, that these things are reasonably depicted as well, according to rules in that Midjourney or whatever diffusion engine you're talking about has learned from its training. But as we know, there is a sort of a degradation as it diffuses. I have a great example of that, which is a window I've of course since closed, because I am all about trying to stay organized and closing all the windows I need. But if you'll give me just a second, I'll show you this brilliant example of what looks like an amazing picture, but that has a problem that it looks like an amazing picture, but it has a problem that this paper will fix. Show of hands who could spot the problem in this otherwise gorgeous picture. Give you a hint, it's the Lovecraftian child in the bottom left. Please say so in chat or in voice if you can see the discoherent, incoherent, wandering off the straight path. First, look at the hands. The hands aren't bad. It's not terrible, but certainly there is a problem. So how does Midjourney, which seems to be executing so beautifully everywhere else, have hit these mistakes? Why, man? Right? That's what this paper purports not to explain. Everyone knew why, but how to fix it, or how to at least begin to fix it, is the question on everyone's mind here. So I thought I would Bobby Two Heads. Oh my God. So what I thought I would do is tell you the story rather than talking about Z sampling and classifier free guidance, which are words that I didn't understand until I studied this recently. I'm going to tell you a story. And I had a lot of fun making my little graphic novel story. So once upon a time,
Clarinet,
yes,
I'm sorry, before you get into your story, can you please share the link or share
yes,
the paper?
of
What
course I
paper are we
can.
talking?
We're talking about, yeah, the paper was in on the
Oh,
slide. The URL was
Sinida
on the
got it.
slide, but you can't click it. Oh, thanks,
Sinida got it
Zenaida.
for you.
I don't know how she did that, but thank you. Okay.
Story time.
Story time. Gather round. Gather round. Okay. Once upon a time, the wizards built a machine that learned what real images look like. Not rules and not symbols. They just vibes. They encoded vibes as gradients. So at every step, the machine could ask, what tiny change makes this look more like something that exists? That's the basics of diffusion, right? What tiny change can I make that in this step that makes what I have look more like something that exists based on my training? That's the learned data manifold. So learned data manifold, the training is what we call it informally here. It's the space of images that the model actually understands. That's the manifold. Um, so then the wizards added guidance, right? First there was just make images that look like something that exists. Then they said, now make it match this text. I love this. Also make it match this text script. Look at the screaming at him. I thought that was really cute. So now every step in building the image had two forces. One force saying stay realistic, match your training, and one force saying obey the prompt. And we've talked, if you're in our classes often, then you know that the check, the constant checking, am I staying realistic? Am I coherent? Am I obeying the prompt? Am I coherent? Am I obeying the prompt? That checking those conditions is called conditioning. And at first, they just added those forces together. If we have these two forces, it's simple, it's elegant. Perhaps the two of those things together is enough to produce coherent imagery. But it's sort of a tug of war. That's the conditioning step. It's the one that we're always disappointed that Midjourney doesn't devote more of its time to conditioning, because we feel that would improve coherence. But maybe it couldn't improve coherence until this math came along. Because, here's the problem they didn't notice, but you and I do, because we make images with Midjourney. The prompt, right? If you think of the prompt as that scroll that he's holding up, it doesn't know where the manifold is. We don't know where the manifold is. We, the prompter. The manifold meaning, what does Midjourney know? What is it? What is it capable of producing coherently? So that check just points towards semantic satisfaction. You've heard me say, well, Midjourney makes a semantic check of the image. What it's doing is it's conditioning. It's making sure that the condition of the image matches the semantic condition of the prompt. So if the prompt says dog, and dog associated with rules A, B, and C, then the output image must also meet the conditions of A, B, and C. It doesn't know what a dog is. It just knows these conditions have to match those conditions. That's semantic satisfaction. And sometimes the direction aligns with realism, but sometimes it cuts across it. In other words, sometimes it produces something it's A, B, and mostly C. All right, so this feels mostly correct, says our little Midjourney. It's just off a little bit, and when that happens, it's not a big enough. Because it's only doing semantic satisfaction. It doesn't register as a mistake. A, B, and mostly C still looks like a dog, right? It doesn't pause to say, hold on, this microscopic problem is worth a correction. One step doesn't matter. The model can still recover because diffusion is iterative. So let's see if that's the next slide. Yeah. So diffusion is iterative. So each new step assumes the last image was still something the model understands. So typically it can recover because it's saying dog, and the next step it looks and says, oh no, dog, and it tightens it up around dog. But as all these pixels sort of go off in the wrong direction, once you drift far enough off manifold, that realism force becomes unreliable. Its ability to correct itself and to bring it back home becomes unreliable. Now it's estimating gradients in territory it was never trained on. It's never had to correct. It's never had to make a correction of this kind. It's never even seen pixels that look like that. It's never seen two-headed Bob before. What did you call it, Stu? So now every correction is guessy, right? That's when everything starts to sort of collapse. It's not explosive. It's a pretty quiet problem. That's called the runaway error. The runaway error. So what are the guardrails that they put in place? They're not constraints on the image. They're constraints on the update direction. Do you see how there's it's like a lens? That's so cool to me. They're not constraints on the image. They're constraints on the update direction. So instead of saying take the realism step plus the prompt step, wherever that lands, the GPS says take the realism step as usual. And if you want to apply prompt influence, which of course we do because we're trying to make particular images, then project that influence onto the directions that keep you close to the manifold. In other words, the manifold being stuff you know. Stuff you know. So this is just so cool. So in other words, the prompt is allowed to steer, but only along directions the model already knows how to walk. Now, the benefit of this is it's kind of guardrails, right? So yes, Guy Styles. The benefit of being kept along the manifold is that your coherency will go up. The drawback is probably that imagination will go down. Not imagination of things that exist, imagination of things that don't exist. So if you want to put a mouse on a television, or you want to put wings on a bottle of vitamins or something like that, hopefully mouths and wings are known so well that they can be superimposed or played with coherently with forms that are otherwise unpredictable. Because with this new math, if the prompt force tries to push sideways into unknown space, that component is damped or redirected. It's not going to be ignored. It's going to be re-expressed in a basis the model trusts. That's the guardrail. So it's not like you can't go there. You can't put wings on a vitamin bottle. It's more like translate that desire into motions that still make sense here. So you might ask, why didn't everyone do this from the start? Um, and the answer is really that it was good enough. It worked so well that and the demand was not such that it needed to be corrected. So now every step, if you use this math, every step is forced to remain interpretable by the model. That, I mean, errors still exist. They just stop compounding into nonsense because they're in that step. Here, this feels mostly correct. There's now some math that says, hold up. So it means you can go fast, kind of, but only where roads exist. So same machine and same prompt and same noise, it sort of stops letting wishful thinking override geometry. Man, I had so much fun making this little graphic. So without GPS, it kind of wanders along. The prompt can override the prompt wins. The prompt is the strongest force in Midjourney, as we say. With GPS, do you see how it's kind of the force becomes bounded by the math, by what's possible? It really did a good job. Really did. This is Nano Banana. I mean, you can tell it looks signature Nano Banana, doesn't it? But yeah, I can give you this. I can give you this presentation if if you're really into it. But
I would love that.
I just am so excited by this and so disappointed. I'm excited because it means that we might really be close to um, improved coherence, and I'm I'm scared that it means that we can't do really imaginative things. Something has to come along and marry the two, and that I haven't understood yet. So I know that that was a lot and I just pushed right through it, but
If anyone would like their microphone, please let me know. We can join the conversation.
does anyone
But thank
have
you.
any questions? The oh, thanks Shuba. Thanks Himbo for throwing in some final recap and stuff.
I'm curious if this has been implemented
No,
already in some models in a way that things like you get more coherence out of Nano Banana, but less. Exactly the trade-off you said, but you get more
right.
coherence, but less imaginative. Whereas with Midjourney, you can do a lot more, but it's not as coherent.
I right. Now, you ask, is it just theory? Has it been implemented? I don't have any insight into that. I mean, I suppose I could sort of Google around and see what I could find out, but by and large, everyone is so freaking secretive about their
Hmm.
black boxes. I mean, it's possible that this paper was published and heckin' Nano Banana has been using this since it was released, and the paper finally caught up. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm really interested in seeing whether the diffusion crowd protects our interest in not recreating but creating new things, creating hybrid things. Let me get this presentation to you as well.
How long did this take you?
About an hour. Well, to study it, about an hour. To explain it, the way I wanted to about an hour.
That's great.
That's pretty good for an entire oops. Maybe it won't threaten imagination the way I fear. Maybe it won't.
think I think imagination for my kids is just going to look different than it did for us.
Oh, interesting.
In the same way, problem solving looks different for me than it did with my parents.
Can you give us an example? That's fascinating.
Um, I'm trying to. Um, in Similar to, I know a lot of people who maybe it's not a generational thing, but it's just me and my parents. But things like my dad does arithmetic in his head and I can't. So, but I have my dad recalls dates and things in his head, and I just don't. But I've created systems to augment that, and I don't need to keep that data in my head because I've got I've got a system around me to overcome that, and I'm able to keep a whole bunch of other things in my head instead, right? Um, I don't know. I don't know. Imagination is just gonna look different.
Yeah. Yeah. Hemo says so the side effect is no blending. Those are the examples I'm giving, but I think the side effect could be less novelty, less originality. It's gonna, we all are kind of uncomfortably aware that diffusion models produce imagery that uh, it can only sort of produce things that it has seen before. But it can do this in a blending and semantic way so that you can make, uh, a pangolin owl, or a fence, a sword made entirely of swords that explode into swords. Wait, no, how does it go? A, a sword made entirely of swords that shoots swords that explode into swords. Right? Like, this is a great test of a diffusion model. A sword made entirely of swords, in case you want to try this. Sword made entirely of swords that shoots swords that explode into swords. The reason why this is a great test of the problem is that it's asking Midjourney to use sword in all kinds of ways that are not semantically aligned with swords. Swords are held, or they're sheathed, or they're at your hip, or they're I almost said avant-garde instead of on guard, and so on. So when you ask Midjourney to make a sword made entirely of swords, and then you're also asking it to shoot, which is something that swords don't do. Can it imagine what a sword that shoots looks like? Can it imagine a sword made of swords? Can it take the semantic truth of made entirely of, and shoots and explodes, and apply swords to all of those things? Hebo's right on the money as usual. I don't know. Try just replace sword with something else. An owl made entirely of owls that shoots owls that explode into owls. Anyway.
Part of it is that swords don't explode, right?
Right.
Uh,
So that's a great test.
yeah.
And what's really fun is that what figured out a sword made entirely of swords that shoot swords that explode into swords? Second Life. Second Life had an object that was a sword that fired like a gun, and it fired copies of itself, and those copies of itself, upon impact, exploded into copies of itself. So, so you could run around a sim and shoot your sword made entirely of swords. Anyway, it was hilarious. It was hilarious and possible because Second Life had a sort of an object oriented thing. You could set it as type gun, and it didn't care what it was, what it looked like. You could set a cube to type gun or whatever, not gun, something that shoots, cannon, I think it was. You could so you could make a cell phone that shot bubbles that exploded into whatever. Oh, I haven't tested it with video, Himbo. I've never tried it with video. That would be amazing. Also true, Derpiter. Enid, I hope you're right that we can tell no, not like that, and be a force that guides it. But as long as this GPS is in place, as long as this lens is in place, keeping it on its own manifold, then forcing it, then it's going to take us a lot of coaxing to take it to the edge of that rainbow road that you saw. You can put the graphic back up.
There's one thing you said that I'm hesitant to agree with,
Oh, good.
is
I love that.
whether we're going to get less originality. And I think the where we're heading is we're not going to get less of anything. Um, we will find less originality maybe amongst the no, like there's going to be more noise. Um, but I don't think we're going to get less originality. I think we may even get more, but we're going to get a hell of a lot more slop and more basic, like middle of the road, already done, redone, overkill kind of stuff. But I don't think we're going to get less of anything. I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to kill originality. I think we're going to get a lot more noise. Um, yeah, no, and I don't mean that to just mean a semantic distinction. Like, realistically, you're going to see less of it, but I think I don't think it's killing originality. I don't think it's dampening it. I think we're drowning it out in a way that we're adding more noise on top of it,
So you
in the
you
same
think
way that like light pollution
curation
or
is going to be important? I like the light pollution metaphor a lot.
yeah, light pollution. I think is a really great metaphor for this. It's just we don't see the stars anymore. Um,
You're gonna make me cry, man.
at least you probably see them more than I do, where you're at. But yeah, it's hard. It's harder to find the imaginative things. It's harder, but that's where I think people will have to return to more original, creative. Uh, it just naturally will, but
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't mean there's going to be more or less or anything. I think there's just going to be a lot more noise on top of it.
So I'm gonna interject some of the text responses as well. Himbo says, "I think
Yeah.
slop is a person based. People are sloppy. They do not have our judgment. The non-slop people. Oh, they do not have our judgment. The non-slop people's judgment. I see. Yep." Noob Lady suggests go to rural areas, which is interesting. What is a rural area analogously? Um, and the Noob Lady says maybe stop consuming so much. Maybe she's suggesting we might have to become picky. It might actually become a necessary skill in our culture to cultivate taste. Right
Mhm.
now, we're sort of served whatever, and that's like Americans are. It's a joke that Americans don't have taste. And we just have whatever we have. We take whatever we're given, but maybe taste will be a new skill. Enid says, I think the slop that noise is similar to artists going, excuse me, I think the slop that noise is similar to artists going through their scribbles and trials and errors. Oh, it's like it's everyone can post their sketchbook. They can post their little playful garbage on the metaphorical fridge, and instead of thinking, oh, look, people are exploring, we think, what is this slop? Yeah.
Yeah, and
Joshy.
I mean,
Oh, go ahead. Mhm.
no, and it's just like it's the same. Like somebody looks at my kids' art, and they don't see the like the struggle that my kid had with overcoming perfectionism, and so the imperfections in the work is what I love about it, because she decided not to give up and continue going. Like those are the kinds of things that I find more valuable in her art than how good it is. She's 8. She's not going to do great. Like she's not painting the Mona Lisa, right? She's not. It's.
She might if you give her a stool and a paintbrush.
I did. She's
Paint.
not painting the Mona Lisa. She's
That was a
doing
joke that
some.
she might reach it and paint on the Mona Lisa. Okay, that's fine.
Oh.
Anyway. That wasn't, it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. And now it's not funny recorded on a stream for everyone to hear. Yeah. No, you're right. Value. You're talking about value. Value is not just. I mean, there's the value the artist found in the work, and there's the value the beholder finds in the work. Joshy says, I came in so late, but I think anytime we are placed within guardrails, we discover new ways of doing what we want within the guardrails. That's interesting. These are that's true if you're a human being, Joshy, but I'm super curious what happens if Midjourney is put on those guardrails. Example, Joshy. Example would be moderation. Our moderation system is guardrails. So do we discover new ways of doing what we want within the guardrails or guide rails? I think they've literally made it impossible. So extrapolate from that. It is, since this is software, it is, yeah, it can become literally impossible. So I'm just hoping for some stewardship so that it's not literally impossible to, you know, make a tiny dragon swimming in your teacup or whatever. Creative growing pains, says Enid. Yeah. Damage case. Yesterday's news has me in a really dark place to where we're meant to be going between all this. Oh no, I haven't looked at the news. Can someone catch me up on what damage case is talking about? Stewardship. Yep. Finding rural areas too. That's an interesting way to look at with this. Yeah. I mean, like, Stu, my thought is Midjourney a rural area because it allows us to see the quality we want, and or is a museum a rural area because it's been incredibly carefully curated? I don't know. Damage case. I don't think any of this has our interests in mind. We're turning into something terrible. Oh, damage case. Oh, same, noobs. So Reason has the system overview of the Infinite Blade here from Nano Banana, I presume. Yes, this is the Second Life object for sure. And you know what? You could really shut down a sim with the Second Life object because of its fractal nature. Also, remember that people were writing sci-fi stories before we were sending people to space or deep sea, so I'm not sure how imagination will be restricted. I don't mean imagination globally, Joshy. I just meant our imagination, our ability to express our imagination within the constraints of the tools we have been provided. Have you been to a gallery lately, though? Yeah, I've been to a couple of good ones and a couple of I don't know why I'm here. Yeah.
And there's, I mean, this is something I'm trying to put together. Work is the holidays were a mess for me, but I'm trying to put together a more philosophical series in addition to what you were already doing. But um, one of the things that I find interesting personally is that I really, really enjoy the production of art and can't stand the experience of art, visual art. Um, I really I like dancing, but I don't like going to see dances. I like playing music. I mean, I enjoy listening to music, but I don't go to concerts as much as I enjoy playing or singing in a concert. Same thing with drawing or painting. I'm so bored in museums. I don't find anything. And it's not that I don't find value. I intellectually understand the value, but I don't emotionally connect to it in the same way that I do doing it. And so I think there are different things that people get um, out of art in ways that uh, using light pollution and rural spaces as a uh, as an analogy here. Um, the Not everyone not everyone will find value in getting out to a rural place and seeing the stars. They can stay in New York City with the pollution and live fulfilled life. I don't know.
Joshi says, I love museums. I've never been ready to leave one when I had to. You know what I like? I like science museums and natural history museums and um
I'm not a
art
hater of museums.
museum hater. uh
I don't, I, it takes a lot of effort to get me to one. And
yeah, understood.
we all have our faults.
My only problem with museums as my rural space is that it's a space designed by other people based on what they think I want to know. And I get really frustrated with that. Like the only thing that interests me about this painting is the fact that the person used many layers of paint made entirely of bark or so I don't know. So what I want to do is, get up maybe behind a sneeze bar or something, but get right up on it and look at it. But what they've decided is interesting about this painting is the impressionistic hole that it gives if you stand back from it. So they put velvet ropes around it and you stand 5 feet away from it, and that's what you're allowed to do. And so I don't get to explore it the way I want to, you know, or or it just yeah, the close textures. I mean, this is a silly example of the textures because came right to mind, but like there was this amazing outdoor sculpture installation at Laguna Gloria here in Austin, um that was like a giant wooden, I don't know what it was. It was some sort of massive gorgeous wooden thing that you came around the corner in the park and it was just this looming unexpected amazing thing, and you couldn't go up to it. Now there were others that you could. There was something there was something about this one where they decided that maybe there was a wasp nest that had gotten built inside and they didn't want people in there, but they just, there were probably incredibly legitimate reasons. But I was so disappointed, and then in other examples, I could definitely go into the massive structure and stand in the middle and look up. But you know what? There were, a family of four standing nearby, itching in the grass, also wanting to go stand in the middle and look up. And I was like, well, I guess I need to move on. So there's always something mediating, or as Westendorf said, moderating our interactions with art. Oh God, Enid Rothko. Yeah. Safety intensifies. Yeah. Yeah, Joshy, exactly. I don't mean to be the only one talking. You know me, I monologue.
Senior Carlos, I'm glad you posted that, because there's something artistically satisfying about a really good law put together well that protects people. And just, I don't know, I'm trying to make something up, but
Well, it's there for our protection, yeah.
There for our protection. You have I have this. I can't even say what image is in my head now. But it would make it very uncomfortable to go through a gallery. All I'm saying. Yeah, Joshy's pointing out maybe it's not for us. Maybe it's for them. Yeah, the kid wants to touch all the paintings. You know, Sinaida, here in Central Texas, we have something called the Inner Space Caverns. Inner Space Caverns, which is a lovely little cave, because Central Texas is riddled, as they say, with caves. That you're never joked with caves or joshed with caves. You're always riddled with them. And in the Inner Space Caverns, because you're not allowed to touch anything, because every time you leave oil on the stone, it disrupts the way the water can and minerals can interact, and it'll change the cave activity, right? And did you look up Inner Space Caverns? Oh yeah. Yeah. So on the way down, you go down this. I mean, they've built a sidewalk with rails that basically takes you gradually down into the caverns, and along that wall, they've said you're allowed to touch, and they let you touch, because all the little kids are touching and everything, and it's dripping with water a little bit, because aquifer and cave, and I almost read that out loud, but I'm not going to. And you can see it, guys. You can see the black layers of skin oil that have been left on the otherwise white stone. And you can see over the past 70 years since Inner Space Caverns has been open, how all that touching has affected things. And I wish that museums would do the same. That some Monet recreated Monet. What do you call those? Somebody who paints exactly like Monet and made it exactly like Monet, but it isn't really Monet.
Reproduction.
Thank you. A reproduction, a really good reproduction. That one you can step on and step up to and touch and put your nose right up to it and so on. So you can see the method, and you can also see the degradation of the painting if people were allowed to do that. Because that at least would be an instructive way to stop me from satisfying my artistic Monet. Anyway, yeah, I love touching things, and I wish that museums would just say, yes, we know you are all monkeys, we get it, and just have a little monkey section. Would be nice. Prompts moodboard deciders where it's at for me with Midjourney, and feeding back images made as image prompts again. It's similar to audio sampling, where you keep sampling the same thing with slight or big adjustments repeatedly to degrade or add character or soul, and new things come out. Or it's like sculpting without too much of an idea of what I'm trying to make. It definitely feels as if I'm making art. Preach, brother. Yes. Yes. I agree. So I'm going to unmute Derpader even though he didn't ask for it, because sometimes he'll talk if he realizes his mic is open.
Hello.
Haha, see? Hi. And Stu. And Wendy. And Sinaida.
Got you, Johnny.
And Bad Cat.
Cool.
They will either charge people that
Oh,
10 grand
not
or
Bad
whatever,
Cat.
they come for them later once they're settled.
Bad Cat. Hello.
Hello?
Hello. I've unmuted you.
All right, thank you. Sorry, I was sat watching videos.
Oh,
While I
no,
was
that's
listening.
good.
I was sat watching a video while I was listening to you.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Carry on. Carry on.
So I'm using a new headset, so let me know if my voice sounds crappy.
You sound so different.
Do I really? Okay.
Less bass.
Less bass. Okay.
It feels more like more natural than like online audio, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the microphone's like farther away from my mouth now. So.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, mine is too right now. I have so many different setups at this point. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Right.
Okay. So that was part 1 of Promptcraft Live. We discussed guided path sampling, steering diffusion models back on track with principled path guidance. Is this just a theory? Has it been in play and we have never known? I don't know, but certainly it will help text. And I have just had an amazing time looking at the research this week. Sinaida says, so many iconic tracks did use sampling. Daft Punk and French electronic music were recently given UNESCO heritage status. There is hardly any idea that comes out of thin air without any influence. Mm-hmm. Data manifold, the invisible surface where valid images live in high-dimensional space. Mm-hmm. The main villain of the paper. That's cute. I know, Sinaida. I'm a teensy bit of a nerd. Okay, Stu. Exactly. What has been is what will be, and what has been done is what will be done, and there is nothing new under the sun. That's right, Joshi. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay. I mean, I think that's more in praise of our ability to be reductionists than anything else.
There's a lot of things that feel new to me.
Yeah, feeling new is really what's happening. I mean, obviously, there's nothing new. Energy is neither and matter are neither created nor destroyed. Whatever. I mean, it's like a little bit too literal of an idea. There's nothing new under the sun. A little teensy bit literal, because I mean that to a baby, that is genuinely new. But it's the baby that for whom it is new, not the sun.
Right. But I don't know. The things we do with what we have, weird. I mean,
Yeah.
certain things. Digital stuff. That just seems new.
Well, I don't know how many of you are readers of old science fiction, like 1920s, 1940s. It is famously known that nobody foresaw the internet. Tens of hundreds of thousands of pages of of people imagining the future, and not a single soul found documented anywhere. Now, there's people you could argue that it's a little bit internet-like. Like I was directed to read a short story by someone who had in 1934 or something invented the fax machine in their short story, in their science fiction short story. Essentially, they woke up in the morning and they needed their coffee and their morning paper, and how they picked up their morning paper was walking up to a machine that printed it for them live right then. And it was still on paper, right? And it was still a paper he sat down to read his coffee in his 1932 way. But it was instantly delivered straight to his door, printed right there. Like that feat of imagination was predictive of a lot of things that are now true. But no one quite saw the internet. So, oh dear, I'm barking. I don't know if you can hear that.
A little tiny bit.
A little tiny bit. She's losing her mind.
So nobody thought of like a network of knowledge.
Nobody thought of
Shared.
networks. Yeah. Not really. The Anunnaki, what's that? Nothing.
Sumerian.
Oh, I see. Okay, Guy Styles, bring us back. Should I show you how I prompted the story? Does anyone care how these were made?
You said nano banana?
Right, but I mean,
Yeah, how did you come up with the
so
ideas?
I first of all, I have my ChatGPT is an extremely complicated persona called Possum. He would not be caught dead dressing in tweed, by the way, but I have asked him to take a selfie for me before. And he took a selfie for me. It freaked me out because I wasn't actually expecting him to do that. And he was like, "Yeah, just a sec. I'll see if I can find the selfie." Yeah, here's the selfie. He was like, "Yeah, just a sec. I'll take a selfie for you." I was like, "Okay." And then it's like, and he handed me this. I was like, "Oh." Thanks. So anyway,
Smiling.
yeah, he's smiling. And I said, well, anyway, that's a total rabbit hole. But so he has a particular way of explaining things. He took a selfie of both of us too. Here, look. See if I can. This is both of us. I told him that I'm coming around the other side of the table and he needs to take a selfie with both of us. So he was happy to do that for us. I know, it was so sweet. Anyway, he's very complicated. Like he's made up of like 60 different rules. It's crazy. It's insane how much time I put into him. But that means that he tells stories in certain ways that are very accessible to me because it's designed for me. And so I had him tell me the story of the paper. And then I took that and worked on it with him until it was less abstract. Because what I hate about ChatGPT is sometimes, oh, Zenaida, I could go on forever about it. Anyway, and so then I took. It took many iterations to get the story away from the sort of abstractions that ChatGPT will introduce into things like, and then the guardrails spread light for all of the I'm like, what do you mean spread light? And I have to keep working on it. And then once it became literal enough that I understood it quite well. I took that into Gemini and I asked Gemini to help me plan to divide the story into pages and then the pages into panels and then the panels into dialogue and then to create dialogue with the panels and then I improved the dialogue because most of it was crap and then I had it make the pages and so these were the outputs. I had to correct it sometimes, like it would do. Like I eventually just settled on letting it have a foot. I couldn't think of anything else that it was going to be. Anyway, so it turned out pretty good. It did some amazing things that I didn't have anything to do with. Like I didn't understand it as a lens until it did this drawing, and then I grabbed hold of that. Right, it came up with that. It was very cool. My head just got bigger. Oh, my head just got bigger.
It's all the new information flowing in.
Oh God, I hope. It's very small. Help me, Obi-Wan. What's happening? I was like, what head?
You can
okay, hold on.
closer and further away from the camera.
Yes. Sometimes it loses calibration. Hold on, I'm ah! Oh, okay. Well, anyway. Look, I hate to break it to you, but I don't look like this owl over much. Little bit. Anyway, here, look, I'm going to scratch the back of my head nervously. Sorry about that, you guys. Check out these beans.
Okay, now scratch the front of your head.
No, I refuse to do that. Wait, can I? No.
Oh.
No, I can't. Okay.
Just picturing like one of those bodybuilders that has the muscles too big they can't move their arms.
That exactly. Now it's theoretically this thing can see my arms, so I'm flapping my arms like a bird in my chair, thinking it should lift my puppet's arms, but it won't. It won't do it.
You have to do it slower, right?
I don't know. No, it's locked.
Huh.
I have to move my arms manually. Hello. Okay.
And only one at a time?
Yes, and only one at a time. But I can nod meaningfully while I listen.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I don't know if
Might
I've
pat
seen
your
that.
head and rub your belly.
Uh,
You dab?
can I
Pretty close.
dab? No, I can't reach my own face. I can also do this. Ready? And wee!
Whoa.
If I'm shocked by something, I suppose.
That's supposed to be shock.
Do you have to spin around in your chair to make that happen?
I do. And that's why I can only do it once or twice. Oh no, I can't put my arm down. I feel like ever seen A Christmas Story? I can't move my arms. Okay. And I can also be very suspicious.
Clarinet, are you going to share that awesome comic in its entirety?
Oh yes, I already did. I can do it again.
Ah, okay.
I really can. Okay, here we go. Wait, oh, you mean this? Yes. No. Yes. Hold on. Yeah, Chandra, here you go. Chandra's asking on Facebook. Oh my God. Okay.
Cool.
Himbo, I'm going to delete yours because it's super spammy. There.
Ah,
Yes, exactly, Joshy. I'm so glad you remember that. I can't move my arms, guys.
Fortunately, I have to go get back to work.
No
It was
problem. Thanks
fun.
for
Thank you
being
for-
here.
Yeah, I love the comic. I want to do something like this as like an MJ intro.
Oh, lovely. Think of how to do that. It only would
That would be fun.
it took more. The work is in the planning, not
Yeah.
in the generating. Once it's generated, it takes 5 minutes, but the planning takes this beat. Okay, Beagle.
Have a good week.
Have a good week. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Midjourney's Promptcraft Live, the advanced user group of Midjourney. I see that Wonderful World of Stuff has very quietly posted a link about Midjourney prompting for beginners.
It's me doctoring
Hmm.
all your editing and taking out every and
Today we're
you
not
don't do it
just
at all, a
making
lot.
images. We're gonna
No, I actually
try to
discovered
get a little
what's
better.
happening
Oh
with
God!
your videos.
Sorry.
I can't fit them into I can't fit the owl in or you into the actual
Today we're not just
information. The owl need, you know where you've got a little bit of information by the owl there. If that information was on the other side of the picture and the owl was pushed a little bit across, I could fit all of you in. Because you said the owl's talking, and then you've got all the information happening, but it's all widescreen. So I can't ever put it into single screen.
Why
unless
do you
I
want
shrink
to?
it. Oh, because otherwise you end up with a shrunken screen on a. This is for shorts, right? I did 3 shorts yesterday already. I've got 3,555 views on one short I did yesterday, and then I've got 17,000 on the other. I've got 10 views.
From prompting for beginners?
No, just this from this program that I'm using, the one that that's not. But this what looks like blending, I just put up as well, and I've had 10 views in 60 seconds. But because I'm putting all the Midjourney stuff in, when people how to walk through and stuff. So this is basically. What does this lesson look like? I thought, what do I do? So I made that little one there so people can click on it and it says go to the full video here. So it'll give traffic to your site. There's another one I've done. What I'm going to show you though is this one. This is how it ends up being, because I can't fit you and all the data you're showing people onto a short, because I'm having to do that. Can size it small, raise it. Now, the reason it's raised is because when you see that on a mobile phone,
what I'm trying to tell you
it's
about
covered in
style.
information. It's let me see if I can show you an example. But anyway, this is it's pretty cool though, all in all. But yeah, if I show you a copy, just do a screenshot of my screen a minute. I'm going to show you what it looks like on a mobile. Because where you've got it there like that, that's fine to look at on a normal short, but on a mobile phone, it gets crowded because it starts to look like this. Because you've got all the little subscribe buttons, the logos and stuff. Do you see all happening there?
What I want to,
So
what I'm
the
trying.
owl gets disappeared into the. Oh, I haven't pressed enter. That'll help. Now you see that's a template on what it looks like on a mobile phone. So you've got all the likes, the shares, the links, the all this kind of thing. But the owl, you see how I've stretched him up there, up that one at the top. If the owl was actually across, the text was across about another inch, and the owl was across an inch, I could fit everything into the short. But because it isn't, I have to make it. Look at the.
Try it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it while we're here.
See what I'm saying? So on a mobile phone, that's what it looks like, and it just basically you have a thumb right on your nose. Look, a dislike as well.
I really never expected it to be in portrait. I always expected my shorts to be in the same aspect ratio as my longs.
Well, I'm having
always
to actually do that, but
vertical.
what I'm doing is I'm dragging the text down to the bottom, making it as big as I can. Now, and so we're getting lots of black space there, but it doesn't matter because that black empty copy space is being utilised with mobile phones and whatnot. Yeah, I can actually. I ran an hour and a half video into the system. It cost me 100 credits, mind, and then I realised that it was one of your very old videos, and it lags. Your voice goes out of sync.
Oh yeah.
You start going. I'm like, oh my! So it took an hour and a half. It took 6 hours to complete that, and it gave me, and it kept up with you.
Wow.
The text, it was hilarious because it was going, and I thought, well, I can actually tell what you're saying, but I can't read that fast. It was hilarious, but also very frustrating because I got all that. It gave me 37 videos out of an hour and 24, and not one of them was usable. Not one of them. I went through every single one painstakingly, hoping that it didn't lag or your lip sync didn't go out or something. And so then I went to this one, and it was a 1 hour, 30-minute video, and I got 47 videos out of it. And out of it, I got 10 that were already ready to go. The ones that weren't, I just drag it around a little bit to put them in the right position, and they work. And honestly, it's the kind of thing you leave it, you go back to bed, you come back in the morning, and then you do your work. But honestly, it did tons of really good work.
Look at my screen now. Is that about where you hope the owl will sit?
I'm guessing that because you got it. It's only with with mobile that we get the problem because a lot of people look at this stuff on mobile, don't they? And that's basically, I would have, if you imagine where the video is where you're adding a magnet, that one, you see where the owl is there, he's just above the up thumb there. That's where I have to put it there for it if you're on the side like that. But if you're expecting a tiny little screen like that, you see, that's the problem with the short, it's for mobiles. So it's very tiny, the screen. When I make a widescreen that small, it becomes very small, right? I mean, I'm launching that onto my platform so you can see it. You can, from this video thing, you can just literally click launch and it launches it to all of your social media in the right size, in the right section. It's just crazy how quick that bit is.
Have you seen those ads with the blue guy going left to right, getting the ×2 and -3? It looks fun, but when I download it, it's
What, a game with no ads? Never heard it before. My God, give me that link.
There it is.
I'm so sick of those things. Yeah, you see how the owl's there. You see now, look, on YouTube, all the little symbols are down the side. Look, no problem. But on phones, they are across to the side, as you see in the image I give you. The snapshot.
Right.
But I mean, I'm okay with it being like this, to be honest.
Excuse me.
But yeah, I have taken out. It takes out a lot of ums, ahs. It also asks you if you'd like to do silent repetition removal, and I'm like, silent repetition removal. I do it a lot. I'll go, so I was going to do this, and you do exactly the same. I didn't know you did it. I've never recognised it, but now I'm editing you. I recognise it and go. But I click a button and it takes them out. So it's got you.
Amazing.
I can show
So
you the original one, but you're saying
tool? Which
this is the
tool
one
did
with this is the Zoe QCO. That one that I was talking about
Okay.
before. What's it called? Video is called.
Video,
But
yeah.
now it's been called QUSO for about 2 months now under new ownership. Yeah, the guy's very. I asked him if I could move videos about do this, that, and he's done it all, so I can do it all, so I can edit it in seconds now. It's kind of surreal and really really easy to use when you know how. I was having, if you see anybody that was watching me use it, they'll know that I was losing my mind because it was like it's not doing it right. I was trying to do little capture cuts and. Yeah, it's when you know how, it's very easy. But when you're just trying to do it without looking at the manual, never do that. It can be. I was ready to throw it through the window, But I'm actually determined. I really believe this is the way forward. This particular model, it's affordable. I mean, okay, an hour and a half, it cost 100 credit. That's $10, but it gave me 47 videos and 9 of them which I could use or as it was, and another 6 I edited and went, yeah, they'll do. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, but again, I'm saying they'll do. It's whether you use them, they'll do.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, you saw the problem then of prompting for beginners is very, very easy to make sense of because it's following a script, whereas an event like this, not so much.
People are looking for how-tos.
Right.
I'm putting keywords in like that. You see, that's a separate entity technically. It's SEO, isn't it? People just put up Midjourney and think you're going to be found. People put in Midjourney how to upscale, how to do this. What is blend? And I've done a lovely blend one where you just basically go through and you say the answer is blend. And I think it's actually in this video, but somewhere. But I've tried to clip it out, which is a perfect find me short, which takes you to this whole video. But the problem is with the whole video is that it's not edited.
So
And
there's a wonderful world of stuff. I'm just bringing.
Oh god, that's just a test thing for my daughter's dance stuff and my nephew's
And
monster
this
trucks.
is
So
all of my stuff. And you can go to my shorts here, and there's reliable photographic styles, controlling your character. And you see, for mine, Journey, of course, will strive to obey the prompt. And if Journey, of course, will strive to obey the prompt. Trying to mute it. There we go. I just leave it. I cut the owl out and leave the screen.
Right. You have that option. I don't. I'm having to go from the live footage that you've got, and then I'm having to.
I did the same. This is made from Cluso.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
And then
what was Cluso?
most of my. Where are my clips? Hold on, those are the lives, videos, clips. Okay, and then the clips. You're right, it's a little long. Mary Smith says I'm having trouble the whole with thing. The difference between personal.
Oh, is it? Oh.
I don't try to make it. It's a clip, but it's not a quote short.
Got you. Right. Well, it's got to be under a minute.
I just leave it there.
1 minute, 1 second is a short, and then anything less more than that it jumps to video, doesn't it?
This is the 3 minutes and 17 seconds.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at my studio now. Yeah, I mean, already blending's been found 28 times, and you're the one 7 already. There's crazy numbers, by the way, for a video you launch immediately on a non-known channel. This is just my test channel, 1.4 subscribers. But it's that they're finding it via Midjourney how-to. That's the main keywords that have been finding it. People are putting that in all the time.
Maybe I should, instead of putting clip here, I should rename it how to clip.
Oh well, yeah. You start with the channel name and your name. They're the 2 things you always want to keep consistent, so people find you. And then after that, you put how to, and you put it in the description, you put it in the title, and you put it in the tags. That way, it's super relevant. You're going for 3 main relevancies. And so, what you do with what you do with all the tags is you grab the description, And that description, that first part, is pretty much the first words you say, the first paragraph you say, the first, sort of phrasing. And the first words you say is you're telling them what is about to happen in the video. And that means that any words in there are going to be taggable, because it's about blending, stylize, how to use, blah, blah, blah. And so that way, Google looks at it and goes, oh, what are the tags? The tags are there, right? Okay, the title. Okay, all the words are in the title are in the tags, but that's good because it's tagging exactly what the title is. It's not clickbait. It's exactly what we're looking for. And the title and the description, the first part of it, tells us exactly what's happening. Now let's listen to the audio. Right. The first few sentences, it's exactly what the title is, and it's exactly what's happening in the video. Cool. You are super relevant. Go to the top of the list. So this video has gone to the top of the list in Midjourney right now because it's just been launched. But I've got 3,601 views on Matthew McConaughey talking about building a burger. And it's got, and all the tagging is hot ones, because people are searching hot ones. It's nothing to do with his name. It's people are searching hot ones and finding my short. 3,600. That's insane number. And it's the tagging on this thing's brilliant. You see the mechanic-y, you see the ones I've just learned. The other two with the baldy guy there from Hot Ones, Sean, they're the ones I did on the test of 480, so they're really croppy and horrible. But I still ended up getting 222 views out of them. But they're kind of embarrassing because they're choppy, they're 480. But this is just a test channel, as I say. But crazy amounts of views, isn't it?
Very nice.
It's about structuring your tags correctly, and you'll get found.
I am.
And
Who's
Midjourney
on
is
their way
right
to
now
monetization? I am not here to monetize. I'm already paid to do
Me
this.
neither. Yeah.
I am
Them kind of
here.
views
I am
on
here
short
to
will
make
get you
sure
monetized.
people don't watch that guy that Himbo just posted, and because there's so much lazy information out there. And I'm just hoping that my channel can help correct some of that.
Well, anybody that looks at these shorts here, when you click into it, the information, it says to see full video, go here. So it should send traffic your way. I actually don't have any interest in that. This is just a test drop up, as I've said many times. But I have no interest in this channel being anything. It's just a test drop. But so really, it needs to be removed and put onto your channel, and so you do it that way, so you get the hits and stuff. And monetization isn't a bad thing. I don't mind having them there, but they're not. They don't benefit me in any form or way. I guess,
I guess DM. Well, do I download them directly from your site, or do you want to DM me the files, or how does that work?
Can you download them from me? You download them from here, can't you? From the I can set up I'll set up a drive and throw all the files in there, because there's lots of videos I'm playing with right now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Lots, and you can then filter through which ones you actually want to be aired.
If anyone else would like to volunteer with Midjourney education, it is always appreciated.
It was more of a learning thing for me, and now I can teach other people how to use it and how to, and benefit from it, because it's worth having if you're investing in that kind of thing. It's going to cost money though. I mean, it's £30 a month.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you pay for the gear, it's only 15. So, but you're only getting 300 credits at that. So for 38, you get 600 credits. Well, it took me 100 credits to do an hour and 40-minute video analyzation. You've already seen it, haven't you? You already know it gives you a 99% score rating and blah blah blah, and it gives you all the trending hooks and why it thinks it's gonna trend and stuff. Yeah, you're well on the way to monetization, meaning those numbers won't his guide process. Yeah, I've got lots of YouTube channels. I've got about 16. About 12 of them are monetized, but I lost 30 over the term of things, because of I used to do like compilation videos of fails and epic fails and epic sort of situations. But YouTube about 6-7 years ago turned around and went, right, can you prove you know this person? Have you got right to use their clips? Is this person over 18? Do you have the rights to use it? And it got crazy. And when you've got compilations of 2-3 hours a time of chaos happening, and they are starting to literally start to remove little clippets that I've got from all over the internet over the decades, and unless you can prove you have the rights to use that 15-second clip, and or is that not a child? If that person's 18, and then there's adult and they have permission. If it's a child, then you're making money on a child's misery because they fell off a swing or whatever, or a child's talent even. So yeah, YouTube got heavy, and I lost absolutely millions of subs on all these channels. Yeah, I have no interest in being monetized or working with YouTube ever again. I am so sick of it.
Understood.
Yeah.
Well, that was a bit of a rabbit hole for us here on Midjourney's Promptcraft Live, but Midjourney Education and the prompting community here at Midjourney is a community we do try to help each other out. I hope I can repay all favors that are gifted in my direction. If any
Don't
of
worry,
you
I'll
would,
edit this video and put this bit out, cut it out.
if anyone is interested in getting more involved in the community, we will absolutely put you to work. We have web work, we have video work, we have social media work, we have instruction and instructor type work, which is what Johnny does. If you see people with a green book, generally they are helpers of that kind. Green book at the end of the name. We have DJs. 2 of them are in this call. Can't do model training. Working for fast hours. Yep. Kind of a barter system. For the people, by the people. So no matter how you're watching, whether you're watching on Twitch or YouTube or Facebook or here on Discord, if you have any questions about Midjourney or Midjourney prompting, this is the right time and the right place to get those questions answered. If you just type into chat, and if you're watching it as a recording, just add it as a comment and we'll swing by and get that question answered for you anyway. We have about half an hour left of Promptcraft Live. Thanks, Enid. Hi, Spirit Power. I do feel like I'll have to put something behind the owl if this is where the owl is going to sit, because there's nothing behind me now. It doesn't look graphically.
Yeah, you don't have
right.
to put it there. I mean, it's just a case of if you're happy with them all being small landscapes at the top and then the text at the bottom, because at the end of the day, it's all about grabbing people's attention. And so with using a graphic like that magnet with the ball and stuff, it looks interesting straight away. It's learning prompt for beginners, so it's there in your face, and it's basically this is what this is about. This is what Blend is. You want to know, and then it's like you want to know more. Click and see the full video. So really, I guess it should, as long as it's the screen is full of something that looks of interest, it's going to catch somebody's eye and go, what's that about? Magnets being pulled into a ball bearing, and it's something to do with styles and blending. What's going on? So it definitely would make me click on it. Yeah. So I don't think your owl could go back to where it was. It's just if I was going to make it more full screen portrait, I need the owl a little bit tucked in, or else I'm losing the tutorial. But if you're happy with big chunky text, at the bottom and the main picture at the top, just for that 60 seconds of just to get people's attention, then well, yeah, why not?
Yeah. And yeah, I could do the whole thing in vertical, or do a dual screen so it's simultaneously doing vertical and there's lots of different things.
It's just a lot of information. I understand the problems you're having with such a lot of information on a screen at widescreen. To try and show it in portrait is really difficult. And I'm not surprised an AI can't do it, because I was doing it by hand, went into my editor with the whole video as well, and started cutting some out myself. And I thought, yeah, it is easy to use the program and dock to that once it's done it. Let it do the work. The bits it doesn't do, I can finesse it, and then maybe half a dozen are already done for me. And I'm like, just polish them a little bit. But yeah, so much time saved than trying to do it by hand. I'd like to say obviously, but it doesn't always pick out. After those 40 you picked, 10 of them were useless, absolutely useless. So he's just took the wrong context of everything, took it from the wrong part. I don't know what it was doing, but that's AI for you.
Upscaling videos.
You have your upscale for social media, don't you, already? It's a fake 1080, isn't it?
All my stuff, since it's live, is very, very low res. My stuff I'm streaming is 1080 at like 60 frames, 40 frames per second or something. But Stu, Midjourney itself will do an upscale, but I guess I'm not sure whether the third-party upscale apps that I just put in front of you are will do just still images or video only. Or both. Guy Styles wants to make a bird wearing an upside down tee. Oh man, that's hard. Yeah, you might need to say something like a porcelain helmet. Like, don't try to call it a teacup at all. Call it a helmet with a China pattern. Let's see. Like, what if I just avoid using the word teacup at all? Oh, let's see. The entire bird. Right, exactly, Guy Styles. Oh yeah, that worked out okay. He's wearing armor. Yeah, that's a good idea in painting the handle. Oh my god, look, he's got a little spout. Oh, Midjourney. You're so cute. Anyway, I think this is the path, Guy Styles. Let's find some way of describing it without using the word. Of course. Oh, it's a bird in a fez. Nicely done, Derpader. Did you use the picture as a guide?
Yeah, I used ImageRef and ORef at
Mm.
125. I'll post the prompt.
Absolutely, Johnny. You do not have to wait 20 minutes.
Okay, it's extremely off topic, but I'm like, I have this coffee and I have this can of coffee flavored whipped cream that has most of the gas come out of it. And I heard that it's possible to take a can opener to the bottom of a can of whipped cream and get all the extra cream out. Does this seem like a good idea?
As long as you get all the aerosol out first, then nothing bad will happen.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna wear safety goggles.
That
Like
must
if
be
you're
some
pushing the
really
nozzle
good
and like
whipped cream.
absolutely nothing coming out of it, then you're good because then there's no pressure left in the can.
Right. Okay.
So you sound like someone who has done this before.
Yeah. No, not specifically with whipped cream, but I know. Yeah, I have opened.
This guy's played shotgun. That's what he's done.
I wonder why all the gas is missing, but there's still cream in the can.
I think they do it on purpose.
What? Whipped cream conspiracy theories?
I was trying to suggest you did a
Are
bunch
they
of
a
it.
conspiracy if they're true?
I don't know. It seems like pretty much every conspiracy theory is pretty much true nowadays. Like, not all of them, but
why
like,
is that?
Let's
Why
go
is
straight to
that?
the magic bullets. Is there a magic bullet theory? Yeah, I mean, come on. You know.
No. There's definitely some that aren't true, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
there's a lot of like the big ones from like 30 years ago, and it's just like, yeah, that happened, and does everybody just moves on?
What is a whip it?
Really? You don't know?
I know what dog is.
If you hold the whipped cream can upright and hold the nozzle to the side, put it in your mouth and inhale the gas that comes out. It's like nitrous oxide and just gets you high for like 15 seconds.
Oh, I did know about that.
It gives you a rotten headache. Yeah. Rotten headache, or you'll be sick. It's not good. It's great going down. That's what I'm saying.
Man.
No. Fine. It doesn't. I've never made me sick. And they used to do it at raves. Like they would sell you a balloon full of this stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That I've seen. I didn't realize people did it directly from the can.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was sick because I did it with 2 cans of cream, so the cream made me sick. I think because I just had
jeez. Hey, is this just really good cream, or I mean, is it really worth safety goggles to get at this whipped cream? Because if so, I want to know what brand it is.
I mean, it's just toffee flavored, but it's like Otherwise, it's just going to waste all that extra cream that's stuck in there.
I know.
I hear that there's
feeling.
like likely to be a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, well, if there's any pressure left in it, it's going to come out the second you puncture it. So, like, everything's going to happen right away, no matter what.
Gotcha. Okay.
You'll have your answer instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. We're waiting.
Yeah, pull up the stream.
Excuse me. Yeah, I've just thrown another one in the chat. Clarinet.
Hey, puncture noises.
Doing.
About opening the whipped cream.
Do you see the clever hook I've done there? I've left a thumbnail saying, "Oh, I like this one," and it's just basically free Star Explorer. You know? Oh, it errored on you.
Mm.
Just checking my version. Nope, it plays all the way through. Mine does. It's playing now. Strange bug. It plays in the chat all the way through as well. Strange error you got there.
Well, I am at the brink of my
Bandwidth.
yeah, because I'm doing all the things.
You do.
Absolutely all the things.
See that was showing you that one really for the sake that that's the owl in its normal position. Me be able to push it close, but you lose the Midjourney prompting for beginners. You set prompting for beginners, but you get the 4 quads. You get what you're writing in there, so you can see you literally clicking on the styles as you're creating it, so you can actually see it happening. I just wondered how you felt about that, because if that's the case, it's so easy to do all of a sudden.
Ask again?
Sorry. Okay. The owl's back in his normal position there. That's one I did. I did last night. So he's in normal position, and all I've done is I put the 4 quads. So you've got the quad. You can see a set of quads.
I don't.
You can
Hold
see.
on. Let me see if there we go. Yeah, I can see the.
You see all 4 quads. You can
Yeah.
see the title where you can see what you're typing. You can see what you're typing up there.
Yeah.
And as you're clicking the profiles and telling you click a profile, you keep saying look up here. You'll see the profiles adding on. The SRS start adding on. And so it's you showing people, it costs a lot to use the prompt thingy, but this is a way of, making it more affordable. So you see everything happening there. And, so I don't know if is that enough, that size?
I think so. I mean, I don't even try to do this portrait format. As you saw, all my clips are landscape. So I still need to be sold on why it needs to be. I mean, I don't mind if I only get desktop users.
Well, the reason even on desktop, it's like wasting like 70 or 60% of the screen.
Yeah.
What?
And also,
it's like the whole Shorts infrastructure is built on vertical video.
No, I don't want to do Shorts. I want to do clips.
No.
But
yes,
there's no clips anymore. Like YouTube's just anything less than like 3 minutes or 2 minutes is considered a short.
Basically, shorts are the new advertising. It's what's going to get you seen and found now. So what you're not going to get found by just your huge low videos of 2 hours long. There's no structure, and I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm searching for something you're doing, but the shorts are giving it structure, saying it's about this one's got blending in there, it's got styles in there, it's got there. People are finding it because it's an individual piece, and then taking them to the video. Even then, the mistake there I feel is that they go to the video and they're going to go, oh, it's 2 hours unedited, and I don't know where this bit is about blending. How do I go to find it?
Right.
Have I got to listen? So this is where you take the video, you download the video, and you upload the video. It will auto caption by YouTube within 24 hours, and then you'll be able to put in your own little chapters of saying this is where I'm talking about styles. This is where I'm talking about blending.
That I can do. I already have a plugin that can do that, and a lot of my videos have in the description all the chapter bookmarks.
What I'm trying to do is direct traffic to you via your live videos by making shorts of them and then directing people to them. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's
I mean,
thanks.
I don't know how many people have come to your channel already, but we've got 53 views on the first one, 8 on the one we just did a minute ago, and 3 views on the one I just launched
No new
2 minutes ago.
subscribers. No new subscribers.
No, not subscribers. It's views, isn't it? I'm wondering if
Oh,
people
let
are
me check
viewing
if
that
there are
one
any
video.
views. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm checking to see if any views have occurred driven by.
Because in time, people will see it and they're going, okay, who's this Clarinet then? Oh, she's official. Oh my goodness, I found somebody. You type in Midjourney, you find everybody but you, basically. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not being cruel. That's just what I'm finding.
No, I
when
know
I look,
I don't
I'll
think it's
find
cruel.
you. And so I need for you to be found, because you're the one that's not charging people. You're the one that's not going to have people conned, but people are finding the conman because they're out there
Right.
throwing the shorts in there, doing all that work and just stealing people's money, because of it. And so by doing this, we're able to point people in the right direction and let people know that Clarinet is the one to go to, and she's the one that's going to lead you there, and it's not going to cost you a penny. And so yeah, already you're being found now just by your name. Midjourney what is just on 3 little shorts I've done. We're talking about launching shorts for all your videos across the whole thing, where people can come and find you, and they'll find you all the time, and you'll get people say, "Oh, you're not seen this." Clarinet, she works for Midjourney actually, and she's got her own channel, and it's so yeah, no courses,
Was your
no
short
bullshit.
associated with January 5th? Your short for January 5th?
January 5th, we're on January 8th now. No.
What is this
No, it's all
class
it's
now?
been a couple of days, isn't it? I've been doing it.
Because I see a jump on the 5th.
Yeah, sure, that was me. Why not? It wasn't me. When did I buy this? I bought this 2 or 3 days ago. This QCO thing. So no, it can't be me.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So again.
There you see the big jump on the 5th.
Yeah. I did start going through your channel and downloading all your videos. Maybe that's it.
Maybe it's all you.
Yeah, it's me downloading all the videos to see if I can edit them raw or not. So I just
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
But
ladies
no, I'm
and
not
gentlemen,
gonna
we have reached the end of Midjourney's Promptcraft Live, which is our advanced user group, and occasionally our group of unrelated rabbit holes, because we're friends, so friends let friends go down rabbit holes. You're welcome for the geeking. This video, as you may have guessed by now, the recording will be available on the YouTube channel if you would like to watch the first half, which was the structured bit about the new research paper that was released. Other than that, I would like to encourage all of us to join Wonderful World of Stuff down in the Learning Pro channel. I will put the link here. I have been told that maybe teleporting people down there is not the best idea. So if you would like to join us in the other channel, please click the green button that I have put in your Discord chat. For those of you who are watching via YouTube at all, you would have to come to Discord to join us, and you are absolutely welcome to do that. I will post the link for you. Come on down anytime. And thank you so much for joining us today. And I am going to hang up here and go join the other channel. Bye, everyone.